Hey guys, it's Casera, and today I'm going to be reviewing In an Absent Dream by Seanan McGuire. In an Absent Dream was released on January 8th, 2019, so this is a brand new release. This is the fourth novel in the Wayward Children series. I got this right away because the Wayward Children series made it to my best of 2018 reads, so I was definitely really excited for this. In this book, we are following the character of Catherine Lundy, and it starts in 1962 when she's 8 years old, and she goes to the Goblin Market for the first time, and it covers about 10 years of her going back and forth between the real world and the Goblin Market. I really enjoyed this book. I love Seanan McGuire's writing style. It's definitely very character focused. You really get into Lundy's mind in this book and how she thinks, and then we get to explore the Goblin Market as well, and I really loved the Goblin Market. It's a very interesting world. So if you've read the series, there are like nonsensical worlds and then there are more ordered worlds. The Goblin Market is definitely one of the more ordered worlds. So it's very similar to the economy, which I'm actually very interested in. There is no currency in the Goblin Market. It's based off of barter and trade. So basically in the Goblin Market, you trade things for fair value, which is just a very interesting concept to me. And there are like consequences if you don't give someone fair value. So for example, a good trade, which happens at the very beginning of the book. So Lundy brings 2 pencils from the real world into the market when she first gets there, and she trades the 2 pencils for 40 pies, I think it is, something like that, over the course of the time that she stays there in the first time. So it's a fair trade because pencils are pretty rare in the Goblin Market, and the person who is selling the pies does a better job of record keeping when he has pencils to write all the records down. So it is a fair trade in that sense. So most of the story is kind of looking at trades like that and what is actually fair and what isn't fair. And it was just very interesting to me. I really liked that aspect of this novel. That being said, this is really short. And I had the same problem with this book as I did with the other Wayward Children's books, mainly in that there's not enough content, or rather there is a lot of content, but not enough words for the amount of content you get. So I mentioned this in my reading vlog, but there's a character named Mockery in this that is very fascinating. We get to hear about that character's entire story, but we don't actually get to meet that character, and we don't get to see their story go by. We get to hear about all of these amazing things that happen, but we don't actually get to be there with the characters as those things are happening. And I really wish that could have been in this book. Though if it was in this book, it would be significantly longer. And I know one of the reasons why people really like these books is because they are so short. I read this book in maybe a day and a half, so like it was really easy to read. It was very quick. The story is fantastic because there are parts of the story that you do get to follow the main character as she goes through her like different adventures, but there were definitely a lot of adventures that were kind of just told to us that we never really got to follow through, and some of them are really important towards the ending too. So I was a little disappointed in that aspect, but I still really loved this book. I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. If you've read the other books in this series, I definitely recommend picking up this one. Even if you haven't read the series, this one actually comes first chronologically of all the books. So technically it's the 4th book in the series, but chronologically it comes first. It doesn't give you any spoilers for any of the other books or anything like that either. So you could definitely read this one first if that's what you wanted to do. But really, for me, the biggest thing in this book is the characterization and Seanan McGuire's writing style. It's definitely an atmospheric book that I just really liked living in. So I know that was a really short review, but I just wanted to talk about the book just a little bit longer because I really loved it. But honestly, if I say any more about the book, it'll just be going into lots of spoilers because it is a really short book. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I hope this video was helpful. I post videos every Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, so consider subscribing. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up to support my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.